Alright, I already started the last flip, 13th flip of the series. And how I started it is I began to sift it. And I sifted a whole wheelbarrow full. I can bring this up a little bit. And I also built a bed. I actually built two beds. I built a bed alongside the stick fence, and that had the coarsest material. Every time I finished the pile, I always raked up and brought the bigger material over to the point, and that stuff went into the very last bed because I'm going to be planting peas and beans in it, which are nitrogen fixers. So that'll take the carbon out of the equation there. Now this bed that I constructed alongside here, I'm doing the same thing as what I'm doing right now. Is I constructed a trench, and that's the walking path. Now this trench has topsoil that I'm digging out of it, and I'm putting that onto the ground. And then I will be covering that topsoil with the compost, and that's what this is here. So I'm going to be doing the same thing here. Now I got to shorten it up. I'm probably only going to go to here, and then I'm going to try to take out this part of the pile here and get it on top and get it out of the way so I can finish. That's what I'm doing. I'm digging up some little roots here. I think it's probably from those hazelnuts. So they're getting the roots pruned. But you want to step backwards when you make the trench because you don't have to be standing on uneven ground. And the reason why I'm putting the compost on the top instead of on the bottom like I did last year is because last year we had cow manure and straw, and it didn't quite finish either because I cut it short so I could grow. So I can plant it up like I want to do right now. But since it was manure, I went ahead and actually dug a trench, put the manure in the trench, and then everything that I had dug out, it went back on top of the compost. So this we're doing opposite. We're putting the soil from the trench alongside. This is the trench that I'm digging. I don't know if we can even see that yet. So this is the trench that I dug, and I put the soil alongside of it because that's going to be our growing bed. And then I'm going to be putting the compost on top of this soil right here. So now we want to work this compost down so I can keep going. She's still hot. I think I'm going to need my fork for that. Yeah, as judging by the steam that's been coming out of this, I think I could have kept her going. Actually, we should clean out that trench. I really want to have the compost on the top this time. See what happens. There's a little bit of gravel here. I've been noticing I'm doing this every year here for a couple of years, and I'm actually lowering the elevation here because I keep piling it up at the end of the year. Okay, let's try that. That thing is still steaming. Yeah, I could keep this going. But I'm not, because it's first week of June and I want to start planting. Our season is shorter up here. We're talking first frost date is probably the middle of October. So it kind of shortens everything up. If I wait too long, I probably could wait until, I mean, if I really had to, the end of June. I remember one fellow said that lives in the area that he planted corn once on July 5th. And that corn, some of it made it and some of it didn't. Alright, now I gotta think about this a little bit. I might have to turn this into a double reach bed. Because we don't have the space. I have a bone to pick with you. Cry baby bird. Okay. This looks like a pretty good demonstration situation here. One side is a single reach bed. I can reach the whole bed from either side. This is a double reach bed. I can only reach maybe a little past the middle on this side. And then I have to go on the other side to reach the plants that are on the opposite side of the bed. So that's pretty cool. Might take a little bit, but the bacteria in the soil, it'll create a kind of a glue, and it'll hold the sides of these beds up. It might take a week for them to get established. I might have to clean out a little bit, a few times, before we get her done. So I think that's it.